Okay, so we're moving on. We're finishing up the balls, and we're gonna start putting on. We could probably do a few of these lights, fake lights, red lights to get some red on the tree, and then we'll do some of the character ornaments. But all right, so now I want to talk about what I want to get off my chest about the gaming industry this year, because I'm gonna be honest with everyone. For the first year since I've done gaming on YouTube, I was very disappointed this year overall with the industry as a whole and its focus on pumping out sequels, pumping out games that weren't complete, pumping out remakes on just lack of originality, and or the whole DLC situation this year, because there were so many games that had like on-disc DLC. You had games with no fucking ending, and you had to buy the DLC to get the ending. It's like, are you serious? Really? Like, this is what the industry is becoming? You didn't take enough of my $60 when I bought the retail game, now you want to milk me for even more money. And at this point, the whole piracy issue is not a valid excuse anymore for them to be doing that kind of shit. Sure, piracy affects them, but not to the point where when I spent $60 on a game that you need to milk me for even more money. So, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of the games that came out this year that even looked really good, and then they came out and you played it and you were like, oh my god, it's just kind of like not what I expected. Games like Operation Raccoon City.
That was a smelly one.
How much that game got so much advertisement, like you saw commercials on TV.
And you were excited. It's like, oh my
every
god.
Gaming magazine was fucking pumping the hell out of it, saying it was going to be a great game.
It's going to have Claire and Leon from Resident Evil 2.
And then you play it and you're like, I feel like I'm playing SOCOM. It was like playing SOCOM with zombies. And it wasn't very good. It was
Call of Duty Black Ops.
It was far too short. It was far too short. And then, to boot, it's only one campaign. The game has 2 full campaigns in it, but only one of them do you get when you buy the retail game. Then you have to spend more money to get the hero side campaign. And it's like, what? The game was too short to begin with, and now you make me spend more money to get the other half of the game that you already made, but you want to charge more money for it. And, yeah, put those on.
Okay.
We'll put all the bulbs on, and then we'll do the character
bulbs.
stuff.
I like the shape.
The bulbs are easy because they're small. They don't take up too much space.
And they dangle better.
So, another one. Capcom was a huge offender this year. First then the on-disc DLC fiasco for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, where they had like 100 extra characters already on the fucking disc. That they didn't. You bought the game, but they didn't give the characters to you. You had to pay for them later. Which was a giant fiasco.
I don't think that's right. I mean, I get maybe it even saves time, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what it saves them, for sense, by putting it there ahead of time instead of just having it as a patch or something. But it seems wrong. Like, I know games have gotten cheaper. Like, they used to be, what, like $100 video games? Yeah, they used to be around, but it's like, in this economy, it's bad enough being able to afford every $60 release this year, but then you have to spend another $10 to $20 for a DLC that's in your disc, and I'm sure if you modded it enough, you could get it.
It's stupid. It's just a money-sucking tactic by these companies, and that was one of the things I was disappointed with. But the other thing is just the cheap cash-ins, the sequelitis, like a lot of these games. Halo 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, what was the other? Assassin's Creed 3 to some extent. A lot of these games are just like, well, it's the newest version, it's the newest one.
You need it.
Oh, it's so good, and then you play it, and you're like, what's so groundbreaking about this? It's the same thing.
Groundbreaking and astonishing. They used more times this year than ever, but nothing was groundbreaking or astonishing.
If anyone in their right mind actually reviewed Halo 4 as a 9.8, like, it's criminal. It's criminal. There's nothing groundbreaking about the game at all. It's Halo. It's Halo with some cool online tweaks that they made to make the gameplay a little bit better. A campaign that wasn't very good. Like, I don't understand how people could be saying this kind of stuff about certain games. And I'm just, it's a state of the industry now where it's funny because when you saw some of the chances that got taken this year, like Dishonored, this just actually got announced today. They interviewed one of the heads of the studio or the development studio who made Dishonored. And he made an official announcement that the sales have far surpassed what they thought they would, okay? and therefore this is officially going to become a franchise. They thought it might just be a one-off game, see how it does, but it sold so well and was, received so well that they've decided to make it a franchise, which I say bravo, because they took a chance, they made a new game.
And people liked it.
That, it's a different kind of game. You could play it in different ways and get completely different experiences out of it. It's got multiple different endings, and people like the game. That's what I like to see, originality, and it gets rewarded. But it's just like these game studios are so afraid these days to try something new, and I think it's because you had situations like last year where Suda51, he put out Shadows of the Damned, and that was a great game. But no one played it.
Yeah.
No one bought it or played it because they were saving their fucking money for their yearly installments of the same bullshit.
And I think it's also the maturity of it. Like, let's face it, parental guidance using mom isn't going to get that for 10-year-old Timmy. It had mature themes, and I think that off-put some people like, oh, it's just toilet humor. I'd rather save my money for something I know will be good.
Oh, did you see my bunny?
Yes.
For the first time, you got to see him. That's what he looked like.
He's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Now we put up Epic Mickey. Right, you know what? We will have him replace the star, drill a hole right in his ass, stick him up there.
I gotta find a good sturdy branch where he can stand.
You know what? The bunny's going on first. Bunny's going on first. I don't care. I ain't having Epic Mickey on first. No, I don't like.
Oh no. Get a nice spot for him.
Yes, he needs a nice spot.
A nice empty spot that you can fill in.
There we go. Place it. There we go. Right in the front here, where he deserves to be. Hello, Mr. Bunny. If only I had an ornament of Yar for this tree, then it'd be perfect.
There we go. I got Mickey standing on a branch there.
Aww. Ew, he's gonna be watching us on the couch. That's creepy.
Alright, can I have... Oh, you got Dante. Can I have the Eve Hypo, please? Unfortunately, the battery died on this thing last year, and I never got a replacement, so it doesn't light up anymore, but it's still cool. So... yeah, this year is a disappointing year because I really feel that this year had potential to be huge, and a lot of the games that I think are going to be good got delayed till next year because they were afraid to release it during the hardcore gaming season. But it was loaded with games that were like kind of really disappointing. I mean, I'm just going to look very briefly at my calendar over here to get an idea of the games that could have been good and ended up being not very good. Oh my god, Final Fantasy 13-2. The game with no fucking ending. You had to pay for a DLC ending. That was a joke.
Are you saying that wasn't the best Final Fantasy that will ever exist?
Twisted Metal, which was actually a good game, but was plagued
that was
by
my
online
first
problems.
Game with you.
Yeah, but it was so plagued that with online problems, the matchmaking not
yeah,
working.
it was awful.
That was a disappointment. Of course, Mass Effect 3, I'll be honest with everyone, I enjoyed the game, but I was a little disappointed with the game. I thought the game was fun, but it didn't feel like the biggest, most epic ending to a trilogy, For a trilogy that had grown so large, and here's a trilogy of games that you basically spent how many hours with over the years, and then I just didn't feel like the scope of the game was big enough for a trilogy of that. Like, I should have been bigger. There should have been more stuff going on.
You wanted more Cortez.
Don't remind me. Well, obviously, we already said how bad Operation Raccoon City was. A year where Star Wars Connect was made.
Hey,
The
Galactic Dance-Off.
The atrocity that fucking game was. Max Payne 3, which would have been a good game if it didn't have 7 billion fucking game bugs that broke the game for me. Just, so many games that kind of did not perform as they should have. Looking at the hardcore gaming season. Oh, Transformers Fall of Cybertron, which I hated. I thought that, they could have done what... The previous game in the series was twice as good as the game that I played this year. Seriously, what a disappointment to take out the co-op and make it so that you play as the iconic Transformers only for 5 minutes, and then you're like, fuck, really? I want to play with them more, and you can't. I mean, what a disappointment that was.
I think games are progressively getting worse every year.
Or a game like Tekken Tag Tournament 2, where the gameplay, the competitive aspect of the gameplay itself was great, but it had no extra features. Like, in a day and age where every game has, a trials mode, a storied,
the original Tekken
a storied
Bowl.
mode and stuff like that.
Tekken Bowl.
And they don't, Tekken Bowl, They had the beach volleyball, Tekken, I forget what it was called. In Tekken 2 they had that. It's just like they always had optional mode. This year, nope, bare bones. As bare bones as we can give you. And it's like, really? In 2012 you're going to put out a bare bones fighter? You know, like this isn't...
Especially with Dead or Alive 5 on its heels like that.
Yeah, it came out 2 weeks later with twice as much content.
Even though I never played any of the extra stuff. And you know what the thing is I feel like they wanted... It was too focused on the hardcore gamers. And I hate that comment. Stupid casuals. There's actually a lot of casual gamers out there. You don't know who they are all the time. But there's a lot of them. There is a whole lot of them. Like the people that bought Epic Mickey.
That's gonna fall out. Shit. Find a good place for this.
But it's like casual gamers aren't bad people. Not everyone, including me and you sometimes, even, we're not hardcore with certain games. Certain games we like, certain we don't. What am I doing with this one? This one's huge.
It's huge. I don't know if it's gonna fit. My parents bought it for me last year, but I didn't put it on the tree because it was so big, and I don't know if it can even fit.
Was it a weapon with Assault Santa if he tries to touch you?
No, it lights up inside. There's a whole scene inside of it.
I see it, but Jesus, it's huge. Just gonna set it down for now because it's kind of...
I don't know if we're gonna put that one on the tree. It's too big.
Yeah. Oh well.
If I had a giant tree, that would be somewhere to put it.
Sorry, Phil's parents. It's pretty big. Maybe next year when we get a real tree.
Alright, so we're almost done here, it looks like. We pretty much got a couple more story character ornaments. I think we have the Three Stooges and a couple others to put on there.
Here we put up that one. Can't remember.
Oh yeah, that's the girl from that's the girl from fuck, the role-playing game I played last year. This Gaia.
There.
This Gaia 4.
There's a little towel right next to it.
Huh. Alright, so we'll be right back.